There's this opportunity to look back in the rearview mirror and say, if there was something that I could have mastered earlier in my career, what could have lessened some of the bumps in the road? Well, I'm not saying that it's been a bad journey. It has been a great one, and it will continue to be a great one going forward. What do I mean by seasoned, experienced, or tested? Well, for me, that's 20 years at Chart, 38 years with Perkins and Marie calendars, 54 years of life, and more mistakes than I can begin to count. So, in the spirit of Chart Talks, something that could have eased the bumps in the road for me would have been early mastery of something that I want to call positive intent. And I hope you'll agree with me, Charlie Brown probably makes a great role model for positive intent. Because each and every time Lucy puts that football down, Charlie believes in his whole heart and soul, this is the time she's going to let him kick it, right? Positive intent. He believes each and every time. So now what I'd like to do is share 9 tips to improve life and leadership centered around positive intent based on my journey so far. Number 1, you have everything to lose and nothing to gain when you assume negative intent. Have you had one of those people where they show up at your office door or they show up on caller ID or even an email and you're thinking, can I get under my desk and they won't see me, right? Because we get defensive. That's that negative intent. And we have to work with this person. They're probably not leaving the company today or you. So we can't change other people. We can only change our approach. So we have everything to gain and nothing to lose when we assume positive intent. This person cared enough to come share their time, their ideas, their thoughts. We don't have to do anything with it, right? So rather than be defensive, if we can start each interaction with the spirit and understanding of positive intent, we can get on with our work and get closer to our goals quicker. Tip 2, I have to remind myself of this one all the time. Someone yelling at you is a great thing. Here we are in Atlanta, and I am confident that I'm with some of the world's best trainers. But I doubt we can train care and passion. When someone's yelling, they probably still care. We have the opportunity now to be with that person, create a dialogue that says, you know what? You obviously have something that you want to share that's important to you. Let's sit down. I'll listen to you. I'll get my side of the story in, and we can work together to figure out how we make this better. Someone told me a long time ago, the best way to knock a chip off someone's shoulder is to let them take a bow. And by listening to them and understanding this is about care and passion and concern, and there's something that they want to bring to you, quite often we can do just that. So, number 2, someone yelling at you is a really good thing. Well, here Pigpen's perspective says that being dirty is a good thing. It helps him avoid girls and mosquitoes. So while I don't share Pigpen's perspective, it is his. This is a picture of Nikki DeCalderon from Buffalo Wild Wings. Many, many years ago, Nikki taught me the world I see is based on the world I've seen. No 2 people in this room got here today with the same experience, path, or life. So of course we're going to see the world differently. It's not right and wrong. And in fact, in life, there are very few right and wrong, except maybe in math. They're just different perspectives. So I thank Nikki every day because it really helps me with positive intent, understanding the world I see is based on the world I've seen, and we all got here in a different way. Okay, I know trainers and chart people probably aren't this way, but you've probably met people in your life that come into a brand new day carrying baggage from the past, already weighing themselves down for today. Today is a gift. We get to start anew. As you know, great leaders run towards conflict and resolve it so we can move ahead. They don't muddle in it. I've had the opportunity to work with great leaders that lead and live life in a way that if today is the last day I have, I'm not wasting it on things out of my control or trivial or getting caught up in the drama. Today's a new day, and it's a gift. Number 5, I'm gonna have to find my group from Perkins and Marie calendars pretty soon, but a few years ago, I went to a meeting, and this is a little frame with my picture inside, and my lovely staff had prepared these for everybody on the team, and inside that frame it says, "It would be my pleasure." We have common language in the People Services group at Perkins and Marie calendar, and here's some of their comments. And I'll tell you why I think it's important to me. I think we've all been part of project teams or work with groups of people, and you have that whiner, right? When there's something new to do, and they're like, "Oh, I am so busy." Okay, the rest of us aren't. I couldn't possibly do that. I work late every night. I work every weekend. So the language we try to use is, 1, "It would be my pleasure." Perhaps I can come early. What a great opportunity. You know what? I can always stay late. And I can tell you without a doubt, I couldn't be more proud of the 30-some people that make up People Services, because they're the go-to people for that attitude, and often they get kind of a giggle when they respond with, "It would be my pleasure." So, this one's from Mom. I grew up in a household where Mom raised us to look at other people through appreciation and not judgment. When you look for the best in people, you often find the best in yourself. Every person has so many special gifts and talents. They may be just different, kind of like Pigpen's perspective. So really, again, starting each relationship, each interaction, looking for the best in others is healthy. Might even lower your blood pressure or help you sleep better at night. Uh-oh, I missed a slide. But I can do it. If I go back to slide, that tip is the best things often come from the worst of times. Is it only me? How many of you have ever had a bad boss? Bad boss? Bad boss? Okay, if you people in my company, it better not be me. Positive intent. I know you're not talking about me. How about, did you not get a promotion you wanted? Did you lose a job? Did you not get a job? Anybody been through reorganization, restructure, downsizing, bankruptcy? I wish there was this beam and focus that told us, you know what? The best things often come from the worst of times, because they do. We don't grow as leaders. We don't get that opportunity to stretch ourselves. But when there's a challenge, it creates this dynamic spring for each and every one of us. Quite often in those difficult times, we get called to do something different or work on a committee or a team that we wouldn't have without the situation. Again, we have to remind ourselves, this is going to end. There's a beacon of light. Someone told me somewhere, the best things often come from the worst of times. Number 8, one of the best ways to get a positive intent, positive perspective, and a tip to improve life and leadership is to hang out with people not like you. You know, hang out with those supply chain or marketing people. I can always count on the tax people and the finance people for a really good time. And you really want to stretch yourself, hang out with people that aren't in our industry. Again, it broadens our perspective. It gives us a different view of the world. One of the best things we all can do is hang out with people not like us. Often when I coach new young folks that are driving and they're competitive and assertive and they're going to make their mark on the world, I have to say, whoa, slow down a minute here. You know, nothing else matters without manners. There's a point where desire and positive intent create respect. And it has a lot to do with our opening speaker yesterday. I can tell you on our team, we would rather take someone with desire and positive intent over the smartest bully each and every day. Because a bully isn't going to help our team. And really, when you can work with that dynamic person that says, please, thank you, it would be my pleasure, perhaps I can stay late, they better fit our team and our culture. So here are my 9 tips. Positive intent. And again, I'm very, very glad to have you influence the way that I look at the world, because Chart has given me each and every one of those opportunities to either learn those tips, practice those tips, or continue to focus on them. In closing, when all is said and done, I hope in a large part, because of positive intent, what is said about what I've done is you're a good girl, Toni Quist. Thank you.
Sometimes I get a good feeling.